Hello, teacher. My name is Rafael Alvarezin. I student. I studying to be an English teacher at Utepeli University. In this lesson, I'm going to teach about the present perfect tense with since in for. So I think it is important to mention all the strategies that I'm gonna use for this lesson. Well, some methodologies that I'm gonna use for this lesson is the communicative language teaching and the grammar translation method. Why I'm gonna use this style of methodologies for this class? Well, I think is it's important to use Spanish in this lesson since it is a new topic and students can confuse with some part to explain things and word. And the communicative language teaching I'm focusing on specific grammar rules and I want the students to learn. On the other hand, I'm gonna explain some strategies that I'm gonna use. The one strategy is the student thinking time. In this strategy, students will have a specific time to deliver some task or some quiz to me. And we're going to use another strategy. This is a collaborative learning strategy. To perform this strategy in class, students will have to participate. They will have to come to the class, share their points of view, work in pairs, and share to the whole class. And also, I'm gonna use the task-based learning strategy. To perform this strategy, students have to develop a quiz at the end of the class. Then I can provide feedback my students. So now I'm going to mention all the activities that I'm gonna perform for this lesson. The first activity that I have planned for this lesson, it is in the beginning of the class I'm gonna show a poster my students. The poster is about scenes and food which has some worships that pose to them and which kind of students can look and understand much better this topic. I'm gonna show you at this moment. This is in the poster. Here we have scenes and word. Here we have different worships and students can choose the best ship that can understand much better. So I'm gonna put this poster here. I want to see one big. So then the students have to work on with me, and so I'm going to perform another strategies. So I'm going to make some questions and I'm going to use grammar translation method to explain for and since what is the meanings. I'm going to use Spanish in this case and I'm going to perform another stage. This is the students thinking time in which students have to discuss in pairs and share their ideas to the class, but they will have to come to the front of the class and share it. So another material that I'm gonna use for this lesson is a worksheet. Why am I gonna use this type of material? Well, worksheets are helpful materials that help teachers to evaluate what students could understand and the teachers can provide feedback, and the students also can see what things they could develop in a accurate way. For example, as you can read here, this is foreign scenes. This is an interesting activity in which students have to think a lot. It has been learning English for 6 months or 6 months. This is how to think. Students will have to work individually, develop these activities and these workshops. Another materials that I'm gonna use in this lesson, it is copies from the textbook of Minister of Education of Ecuador. Why I'm gonna use this type of material for my class? Well, the reason is that it has interesting activities that help develop the thinking of the students. For example, here an interesting example. It is scramble the sentence and complete your information. Students have to perform this activity in accurate way. So now I'm gonna show you another materials I'm gonna use for this class. I'm gonna use markers and a board. Why I'm gonna use this? I think it's very important that I write the grammar structure in the board in order that all the students in the class can see the rules and come to the board and practice. I think it's very important. So now I'm going to explain what are the positive points of my lesson plan. Well, I think all materials and strategies and methodologies that I mentioned, they are very important in my lesson plan. As you can imagine, students can learn in a dynamic way, in an interesting way, and students can avoid feel boring in class. So I think a poster is a great tool. Worksheets, copies, and a board. I think this is very important to use in this lesson. So now I'm going to answer a question. This is, what are the negative points of my lesson plan? Well, I don't think my lesson plan have a negative points. As you can hear, a poster is an interesting in dynamic material in which students can look from all the sides of the classroom and participate, give their points of view, and workshops help students to evaluate. So I can say my lesson plan have a negative aspects. Here is my lesson plan, and number 2, and I have all the strategies, methodologies that I'm gonna use in this lesson. Okay, now I'm going to explain what things I will change in my lesson plan. Well, I would like to change any type of methodology, strategies, or any kind of didactic materials. The only thing I can say about it, I would like to add some audio and visual materials, because those types of materials are very interesting for what students can understand in interactive way. So I hope all my explanation is enough for you. Thank you so much for listening to me. it was a next opportunity.